Hello everyone, you are welcome into another tutorial, and in today's tutorial we'll be sewing a bubu gown. So the fabric we are working with is African Print and Crepe. So these are the materials we'll be needing, so let's set it aside now. We have set aside the African print, so we'll be folding our crepe fabric. Our fabric is folded into 4 because we'll be cutting both the front and the back together. Then to determine the fold, quarter of my hip is 12 inches. Then I added additional 3 inches to it since we are creating a free gown. So that is 15 inches. So let's begin. From the baseline, I'll come down by 9 inches for my chest line. My actual chest line is 8.5 inches, but because we are creating a free gown, so I added half inch east to it. Then from the baseline to my hip is 26 inches. So I mark it out. Then I'll repeat the same measurement at the center of our fabric. The reason is so that we can have a perfect straight line. Then the length of our gown is 60 inches. So we'll be exhausting the whole fabric. So once we are done confirming that, the next thing we do is to connect all our dots into lines. So we'll be starting from the chest line. So I'll take my straight ruler and connect the chest line. And once I'm done connecting the chest line, I'll go to the hip line as well. We will not be needing our waist measurements, so I'll be connecting it now. So once I'm done connecting, we'll go back to the top to create our chest line. So my shoulder is 8.5 inches, so you measure yours and mark it out. So once I'm done marking, I'll repeat the same measurement on the chest line. So I'll be marking out 8.5 inches. And once I'm done marking it out, I'll be connecting with my straight ruler from the chest line to the baseline now. So that is our shoulder line. And once I'm done doing that, I'll be creating the shoulder slope. So I'll be coming down by half inch for the back and 1 inch for the front shoulder slope. Because we are cutting the two together, so that is the reason I'm marking them out. Then the neck width we are working with is 3.5. Because I'm a plus size, that is why I'm marking 3.5. But you can use 3 inches if you are not a plus size. So once we are done doing that, we'll be connecting the shoulder slope. So I'll be connecting the back shoulder slope to the half inch while connecting the front shoulder slope to the 1 inch point. I hope you understand. And once we are done connecting, the next thing we do is to measure the chest line. So whatever we are having there, we'll locate the midpoint. And from the midpoint now, we come in by half inch to create our front armhole. So from the front shoulder slope, I'll be connecting with my straight ruler to the midpoint. Don't forget the front shoulder slope now. Then I'll be using my armhole curve to connect from the chest line to the midpoint. So you adjust your ruler properly. And once we are done marking, we have created the front armhole. Now for the back armhole, we'll be placing our armhole curve on the shoulder line. Then we connect straight to the chest line. So we have created our front and back armhole. So let's input our horizontal measurement. Quarter of my bust is 11 inches plus 2 inches, making 13 inches. Then I'll be adding 1 inch sewing allowance to it. Then for my hip also, quarter of my hip is 12 inches. Then plus 2 inches because we are adding 2 inches to our measurement, making 14 inches. Then plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Then for the hem, I'm supposed to transfer the same measurements to the hem, but because we are having 15 inches there, so I'll be exhausting the whole measurements. So at the hem now, I'll be marking out the whole 15 inches. Then once I'm done marking, then I'll now go in by 1 inch. So the hem is 15 inches. Then I'll now go in by 1 inch for the sewing allowance. So once I'm done marking, we'll be connecting the dot into lines. Because my ruler is not long enough, so I'll be using small ruler to connect it because I want a perfect line. So that is why I'm placing it at the hem. You can see the way I placed it. So once I'm done marking that, then I'll go to the hip line now. Then I'll connect it downward. Then I'll be repeating the same thing on the sewing allowance. Still placing my small ruler at the hem. Then align it properly. Then I'll be connecting. You can see. So once I'm done connecting, I'll go back to the top to connect from the chest line to the hip line. So I'll be connecting from the hip line now. You can see from the chest line to the hip line. Then I'll repeat the same thing on the sewing allowance. So once I'm done connecting, we are done with the side. So we can start cutting our fabric now. You will notice that we've not cut the neckline. The reason is because of the design of the neckline we are working with. So it is only the neck width that is important at this point. But by the time we are done cutting the fabric, then we'll be marking out our neckline. And you can see that the fabric is a little bulky. So that is why I'm taking my time. Then if you observe closely, I use clip to hold it at the other end so that the fabric did not shift from position. So we are almost at the armhole area now. So we'll be cutting the back armhole first. So that is what we are cutting now, because we need to separate the back from the front. So once we are done cutting the back armhole, sorry, I didn't add shoulder allowance. So we'll be going up by ½ inch from the neck width point. So we mark it out, then we connect it to the baseline because that is where the ½ inch from the side stops. So once we are done connecting, so we'll be cutting off the excess at the top so we can continue cutting the base now. So we'll be cutting through the new mark that we mark at the shoulder area, then trim off the excess on the side. So just follow the line properly. You can see the way I'm using my hand to hold it. So we are done cutting the back. So the next thing we do now is to separate the front from the back so that we can set it aside. So we now have our back fabric. We have to create the neckline. For the back neckline, we'll be coming down by 1.5 inch. So from that 1.5 inch now, we'll be connecting it to our neck width. So we use our armhole curve to connect to any curve ruler that we have. And once we are done connecting, we'll be cutting out our back neckline, following the new line that we have marked on it. So once we are done cutting that, the back is ready. So we set it aside. We'll be cutting the facing later on. You can see, so we have our back in place now. So we set it aside and bring in our front. So we now have our front fabric. Because our back shoulder is higher than the front shoulder, so we'll be coming down by ½ inch at the armhole area. But we need to adjust our fabric properly so that we can have a perfect cut. So we'll be marking out our ½ inch now. Then we'll use our ruler to connect it to the tip of our shoulder allowance. I hope you understand. So we'll mark it out now. And once we are done marking, we'll be cutting off that excess at the top. So once we are done cutting, we are done with the shoulder area. Then we notch the center of our neckline because of the type of neckline we are creating. And once we are done doing that, we open up our fabric. I've cut out the fabric for the facing. The size of the fabric is 10 inches by 10 inches. I cut square out. So I'll come down by 6.5 inches from the center because I already notched the center of the fabric as well. Then I'll be connecting with my straight ruler. So once I'm done connecting, then I'll be coming down by ½ inch from the tip. You can see. So I'll mark ½ inch downward. So once I'm done marking that ½ inch now, then I'll be coming out by ¼ inch on both sides from the center. So I'll mark it out on both sides. So once I'm done marking that, then I'll note the midpoints. So at the midpoint of that line, we are having 6 inches left now. So at 3 inches points, I'll mark that point. Then I'll be coming out by ½ inch from both sides. Don't forget, we go out by ¼ inch at the top, but we're coming out by ½ inch at the center. So once we are done marking the ½ inch, now the next thing we do is to connect from the quarter at the top to the midpoint, then to the end of the line. So we'll be connecting it now. It's because I didn't want my neck to be too deep. That is why I'm using 6 inches. But if you want a deeper neckline, you can come down by either 7 inches or 8 inches. So you just use your own preference. So we'll be connecting all the dots now. And once I'm done connecting all the lines, then I'll be marking out the ½ inch at the neck area. So I will use my curve ruler now to connect the ½ inch for both the right and the left side. And if you look closely, I'm already having a curvy shape at the base of the facing. The reason is because I've already placed the facing on the fabric so that both the facing and the main fabric will be having the same shape at the edge. I'll be showing us by the time I place it on the main fabric. I'm done connecting all the lines for our facing now. So it is this line that we mark that will be tracing to sew it into our fabric. So now we'll be opening up our front fabric so that we can place our facing on it. You can see that by the time we place our facing on our main fabric, the two matches at the edge. That was because we have already trimmed it out. So I'm just showing us this, but we'll be setting the fabric aside for now. We are not sewing it now. So we'll be cutting the back facing. The fabric is in fold. Then we trace out the back neckline. So once we are done tracing it out, we remove our fabric from the facing. Then we come down by 2.5 inch. So we mark it round. And once we are done marking the 2.5 inch, we connect it. Then we cut it out. If we want to turn our facing with lining, then we cut another fabric with the same shape. But if we want to weave our facing, we don't have to cut another fabric. All we need is just to take it to our weaving machine. Then we weave the edge. So I'm done cutting the back facing now. You can see. By the time we open up our back fabric, then we'll be placing it on it from the right side. Then we turn it to the wrong side. You can see they both match. So we'll be setting this aside now. Then we'll bring in all our fabric. So this is our back fabric and the two facing for the back. Then the front with the front facing. So we'll be setting aside all the fabric and the facing. Then we'll bring in our front fabric to work on it. So we'll be trimming down the front armhole now. You know, we have not trimmed it out before. So we'll be trimming it off now. And once we are done trimming off the front armhole, we'll be drafting our pattern on the front fabric. So we'll be drafting our pattern on the front side of our fabric. You can see the way I placed my fabric. So from the angle now, like angle 90, I'll be going up by 3 inches, considering the size sewing allowance, because the size of the box we are creating is 2 inches. But for the first line, we'll be going in by 3 inches. Then we mark out the line. Then thereafter, we'll be going up by 2 inches. So I'll mark another 2 inches now. And once I'm done marking the 2 inches, I'll connect with my straight ruler. Then I'll mark it out. So once I'm done marking, I'll measure another 2 inches upward, noting the way I place my tape measure. So I'll mark it out. Then I'll connect with my straight ruler. So I'll follow this pattern all through to the other side. And once I'm done marking, I'll be showing us. So I'm done marking that side. So I'll be going to the other side now. Like we did initially, we'll go in by 3 inches. Then we'll connect with our straight ruler. Then thereafter, we'll be marking 2 inches upward. So we'll mark 2 inches now. Then we mark it out, another 2 inches. You can see the way I'm placing the tape measure so that we can have a perfect diagonal point. So that is how I'll be marking it out all through. Then once I'm done doing that, then I'll be connecting. You can see. So I'll connect other off camera, and once I'm done connecting, I'll be showing us the final look. So I'm done creating the pattern on the fabric. So we'll be attaching the strips to it. To watch the full tutorial on how we make this strip, I'll be attaching the link in the description box below. So now we'll be placing the strip on the side first. You can see the way I'm placing it. So I'll place it on the right side. Both sides are open to the edge. Then I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. And once I'm done attaching, I'll be showing us before we proceed. So I'm done attaching the two strips on the two sides. So the next thing we do is to trim off the edges. Then once I'm done trimming it off, then I'll place a long strip to cover up the rough edges. Then I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, placing the long strip to cover the edges. And once I'm done covering the edges, then I'll be connecting the other strips. So I'm done attaching all the strips to our fabric. You can see that it's looking beautiful already. So the next thing we do now is to create our neckline. So I'll be opening up the front neckline so that we can place our facing on it. So the right side facing each other now. Then I'll set the facing on it. Once I'm done doing that, I'll pin it down on both sides. And once I'm done pinning, we'll take it to our sewing machine and stitch in 1/2 inch from the neck area, then follow the lines all through. Once I'm done doing that, then we'll go to the back fabric as well. Then we'll place the facing on it on the right side, then we'll sew it down. Once I'm done doing that, I'll be showing us the final look. So now I'm done turning the back neckline with the facing and I've ironed it down. So I'll be setting it aside. Then for the front as well, I've turned it, but I'll be cutting it with us so that we can understand the process. So I'll be trimming down the excess fabric at the neck area. So once I'm done trimming it down, then we'll be slitting the center. So let's turn it to the other side so that we can see the thread, so that we don't cut through the thread. So I'll be cutting very close to the thread, but you have to be very careful because the line is so tiny. Then I'll go to the other side as well, then trim down the fabric. So by the time I'm almost at the center, I'll raise the fabric up so that I can cut it off. So once I'm done cutting, then I'll be notching the center. You have to be very careful at this stage. Then I'll notch this angle as well, then trim off the excess at the angle, so that by the time we turn it over, it will be laying flat. So once I'm done trimming, then I'll be turning it to the right side. You can see the way I'm turning it out. So I'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Then once I'm done turning it, I will adjust it properly. Then I'll give it a good press. So I'm done ironing the facing to the front neckline, you can see. So I place both the front and the back on each other because we'll be sewing down the 1/2 inch on the shoulder area. You can see the way I adjust it properly. So I'll be sewing in 1/2 inch on both sides. So I'll be using the back facing to turn the front neckline. So I'm done attaching the fabric on the shoulder line. So the next thing we do now is to turn it to the right side. Then we'll be attaching our sleeve. And the sleeve we are working with is the normal basic sleeve. So I'll be opening up the armhole area. Then I'll be placing our sleeve on it, right side facing each other. I've already notched the center of our sleeve. So I'll be matching the center of the sleeve to the shoulder line. Then I'll pin it down. So then I will adjust the fabric into the bodies all through, both the front and the back. So I'll be pinning it down. Once I'm done pinning, I'll be showing us. So I've pinned down the sleeve to the main fabric. So we'll be stitching it down. So I'll repeat the same thing on the other sleeves. And once I'm done doing that, I'll be showing us. So I've attached the sleeve to the two sides of our fabric. Then I've pinned it down on the side. So the next thing we do now is to adjust our fabric properly. Then we take in the 1 inch sewing allowance that we added to the side of our fabric while we are drafting it. So once I'm done doing that, I'll repeat the same thing on the other side, taking in 1 inch sewing allowance. And once I'm done doing that, I'll be folding in the raw edges of our fabric. So by the time I finish sewing it, then I'll bring it for us to see. So I'm done sewing the two sides of our fabric, then I've turned it to the right side and iron it out. And this is the neckline we created. I turn it outward, then I iron it down as well. You can see that our bubu is looking so stunning. The design really came out very well. You can see the hem very neat. So I'll be showing us the final look on the mannequin. If you enjoyed this tutorial, kindly give us a giant thumbs up and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be the first to be notified anytime we upload a new video.